Today we're going to have an interesting topic called healthy weight loss. And this topic of healthy weight loss we're going to have in two parts. The first part we will cover what are the concepts of unhealthy weight loss, and then on the second part we'll cover the concept of healthy weight loss. So we'll start off with unhealthy weight loss. Dr. Jasmine, would you like to start with talking about unhealthy weight loss?
Well, I think a lot of people nowadays, when they try to lose weight, right, they use a lot of unhealthy methods.
Right, quick fixes.
Very, very quick fixes.
Right.
So they go for things like slimming teas.
Right.
Okay, basically these teas contain, a lot of them contain Senokot,
Okay.
which is a herb,
Right.
and it basically causes diarrhea, dehydration. So basically you're losing a lot of water.
A lot of water, okay.
Okay, and of course diarrhea, of course, you do lose some weight. So you do.
But does the weight come from fat or muscle?
I think a lot of it's from muscle, most of it's from water, honestly.
Right. And when you have diarrhea, then chances are you also lose a lot of nutrients,
Muscle, you lose nutrients, you in fact get a lot of metabolic imbalances. You know, your minerals, your sodium balances go out.
And what does that cause then? What kind of problems does that cause?
Basically, it causes a lot of mineral loss, just like
Okay.
how if you get diarrhea,
Okay,
you
okay,
get
okay.
dehydrated, you lose a lot of important minerals. Okay, so this dehydration itself can be very detrimental to your health.
Okay. So obviously that is a bad way to lose weight, not only from a weight loss perspective, but also from a health perspective.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so these are some.
They're not sustainable, right?
They're not sustainable, and
Right.
a lot of people who go on these slimming teas also become very dependent on it. Okay, so
Okay.
which means once
Not from an addictive standpoint, but
not addictive, but once they stop taking it, they actually feel very constipated. They can't go to the toilet as normal.
Okay.
Bloating, that sort of thing.
Right.
So they're very uncomfortable. So then they tend to go back on the slimming teas again.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So some of the other ways are like yo-yo dieting. Okay, that means they go on a basically starvation. You eat very little for about a week or two. You lose a bit of weight, and you can't sustain it, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
So then you go back, start eating your normal meals, and then you put on weight again.
Right.
Okay, so your weight loss is basically going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Right.
And at the same time, you're losing a lot of muscle. When you're in starvation mode, you lose a lot of muscle.
Right.
And then after that, when you start eating well again, you obviously put on fat. You're not going to put on muscle if you don't do any
Right.
exercise.
Because metabolism is slowed down.
That's right.
But when you lose weight like that, I mean, basically you go into starvation mode, your whole metabolism slows down. So when you go back and eat normally, you actually put on more fat because your metabolism slows down. So there's no real benefit of this kind of approach, right?
There's no benefit. In fact, it makes no sense at all because you're actually putting on more fat at the end of the day.
Right. That's because the body wants to survive and knows how to survive,
Yeah.
and the mind thinks it can cheat the body.
Exactly.
Okay.
And some other ways are also meal replacements, which is
Okay.
again a starvation diet because when you use meal replacements in place of your normal meals,
Right.
it's very, very low calories.
Okay.
So again, your body is going through that starvation, lowering of the metabolic rate,
Right.
and then
Right.
as you come off how long can you go on taking meal replacements, right?
Right. So basically, most people don't understand. They think their body consumes a certain amount of calories independent of what they do. But what they don't understand is the body adapts to your nutrient intake. So the lesser nutrient intake you take, the lesser calories you take, the body will tend to slow down its energy consumption,
That's
so
right.
that it keeps you alive for a longer time frame.
Yes,
And this is what people have to understand.
that's right.
So it's not about cutting your calories, but about doing a whole host of things so that you keep your metabolism high while you get some reduction in calories.
Exactly. So a lot of times when they take this meal replacement, sometimes they don't even get enough nutrients.
Right. That's good.
Because there are a lot of types of meal replacements in the market. Some are obviously of a better standing, so they do have a good range of carbs, proteins, fat in the meal replacement. But there are a lot of gimmicks out there as well.
Right.
They just tell you it's a meal replacement, but it doesn't actually contain much
Right.
nutrients.
Right.
So they actually get very nutrient depleted,
Okay. That's not good.
and they feel very tired. you know.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's actually very detrimental to them as well in the
Okay.
long run. And other people also use drugs. A lot of medications have actually been taken off the market because of side effects.
These are slimming diets or trimming drugs or something
Slimming
like that.
drugs, you know, things
Right.
like Reductil was recently taken off. So that had a lot of side effects. So that's why it was
Right.
recalled from the market. And then some supplements which they claim to burn fat, but
Right.
actually don't actually do very much except burn a hole in your pocket.
Right. Interesting. So basically, what you're saying is, okay, drugs by their very nature are metabolic poisons. They stop a normal process in your body.
Yeah.
That is not a really sustainable way to lose weight.
It's not sustainable. For a long time, I think people used to use it. Well, those people who were serious about losing weight and were morbidly obese, some of them used to use it as a kickstart.
Okay.
You know?
From a kickstart perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that way, but then you know these people who are morbidly obese also have got other problems, high blood pressure. Some of them have got heart problems.
Right.
So these medicines actually had a lot of side effects.
That affected
Yes,
those problems. Okay.
affected those problems. So
Right,
they,
right.
they actually got other problems on top of it.
Mhm.
So in that way, it became, you know, you're trying to treat something and you get other problems in the
Right.
process.
Okay.
It wasn't very good in that way.
Okay.
So there are other supplements, things like carb blockers,
Mm-hmm.
which block the carbohydrates, which you consume. Again, none of these have been really proven. So
Again, the body adapts.
yeah, body
Right,
adapts.
right.
You may block a little bit of carbohydrates, but then in the long run, you know, how much does it really?
Right.
Nothing really works without proper nutrition and exercise. Yeah.
Okay.
And some people do go for surgery as well. And a lot of people know about liposuction
Right.
and bariatric surgery. I think some people may need it. Those morbidly obese people who find it difficult to move, difficult to exercise, they may
Okay.
actually need this surgeries.
So it is very individual specific then,
Yes,
right? It's not something that applied across the board for most people.
not for everyone.
Yes. So based on what the doctors recommend, and if they really feel that this person's incapable of doing any sort of exercise because they're so morbidly obese, then maybe some of the surgeries may be
Beneficial for that.
okay.
So
Right.
basically a case-to-case basis, you know, you
Right.
can't say that it's not good for everybody and it's good for everybody. So, but for me, I think that a person who is overweight slightly or even to the obese side, the best approach is still, you know, normal nutrition, exercise, supplementation.
Right, so you do it correctly then, you know. So basically, as long as you can move around, and as long as you can do some movement and exercise, and you can watch your diet, and you are teachable, and you can learn some new good habits, that is the best approach to lose weight and sustain it for life.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I guess we'll cover the next part about the healthier aspects of weight loss